Hollywood, it's People Now with Bill TUSH. Now, here's Bill.
All right, Dennis, thank you. Our guest today, Olympic skier Suzy Chaffee, who's written a book entitled I Love New York Fitness Book, shown here. Don Williams, technical consultant on the hit film War Games, which we should say is a hit film. People are lining up around the block to see that. Chris Robinson, who portrays Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital, is with us. Also Hollywood columnist Ruth Batchelor, comedian Barry Diamond, and part 2 of Dennis Michael's fabulous visit to the Renaissance Pleasure Fair. So we got a lot in store for us today, and we just want to show you this picture of Suzy right there, huh? How would you like to have that on the front of your Mercury? Look at that.
Rolls Royce.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That does. It reminds me of a hood ornament.
Yes, it's the flying lady that got up and went skiing.
You're wearing some kind of unique skis on that picture.
That's a ski that I designed for women, because we women have been skiing on skis built for guys that weigh 160 like you. I'm wondering why you're making those sexy little turns and we're muscling them.
Oh, so that's a lighter ski then?
Yes, lighter and more flexible.
Well, we're not here to promote
And they're pink, but
we're promoting this book right
after punching your stomach off air, watch this. Hi-ya! You have won the most fit
talk show
host award, and that means a lot.
Really? You've punched some of the best. Yeah, by the way, the Margie doll, who was punked out recently, has read your book, and she's doing all the exercises also.
Oh, fabulous.
This is from the beach exercise section of your book, which you did that.
Actually,
Margie's a big fan.
I shot the beach ones in California. I'm bi-coastal, actually. That's because she didn't do a warm-up stretch. She's definitely got to warm up real slowly.
The Margie doll, we'll have to send her out to be fixed, along with our dog, which we're sending her.
Well, that is symbolic that you want to take it easy in the very beginning. And if you're making a comeback to fitness, leave your ego in the closet. Don't try to catch up to where you were when you left off.
What is well, first of all, the book title itself, the I Love New York Fitness Book. I mean, if those of us that don't live in New York, how do we fit into the book?
Well, I wrote the book out of self-defense. I've been there 15 years. I used to live in the country in Vermont, and I moved there and was just overwhelmed by the pressures and trying to juggle in a fitness program. And I was still competing in freestyle skiing, so my time was really valuable. So I came up with this very flexible fitness program, and New York is kind of the ultimate pressure cooker, and so if you can survive in New York, thrive in New York, you can survive and thrive in anywhere USA.
Is that where you're living now, in New York?
Mainly, but I am bi-coastal. I have a place here.
Well, there are so many fitness books out. If you look at the top 10 nonfiction, you find about 7 of them are either exercise or diet books.
Right.
What's different?
Well, I think that people are generally getting much more fit and aware of their bodies, and this is kind of a step up. It's a little bit more sophisticated, and it shows you that fitness doesn't have to be just a job or boring. It's a lot of fun. It's very upbeat. There's aesthetics in the exercises themselves, so that it shows you how to, if you point your toe or straighten your knee, be aware of your beautiful body lines, that you look in the mirror and all of a sudden you're really impressed, and it's a turn on, and it makes other people watch you. There's also transitions into sports exercises, because I don't believe that you should just have a beautiful body, stay fit to have a great body, that you really want to use it to help the sport that you love the most.
Is this book mainly for a person who has a good body to keep it that way, as opposed to somebody that, say, is a lot out of shape, and then they pick up your book to whip themselves into shape?
Well, there's progressions for everybody. Everybody can do the book, but it also keeps the people who are already fit interested with new ideas. And being that, Olympic skier, I've had to, I've tried everybody's programs. I've learned exercises, because I have the bottom line performance that will help every sport you do. For example, there's this one exercise.
You came dressed to do some exercises.
Actually put me on the Olympic team, and the key to it is having strong arms, having tension in your arms. Give me a big hug.
Sure.
Okay. That's the kind of tension, yes, you want to have in your arms when you're skiing or playing tennis. When you go for the backhand, you have energy in the back arm. You use your arms, the energy in your arms when you're running, and you'll have your full power. And when you're skiing, all you have to do is pretending you're hugging a big teddy bear, and
or Suzy.
Or big Suzy, little Suzy, and go back and forth. And then if you have an obstacle, you can jump over it from side to side. You can.
You put something there and actually
really,
jump over.
yes, a pillow or something. Then I have exercises you can do anytime, anywhere, because there's a lot of dead time in your schedule, even though it's really full. And one of my favorites is, this is really good for your old bikini line, the thighs. Okay. And it's called downhill tuck drying. And this is the dry outrigger. And there's exercises.
You can just do exercises anywhere.
Right.
Anywhere you are, at any time.
Exercises that you can do with the man in your life, because women
and the woman in your life
women need more strength and men need more flexibility to round out your program. That's really fun.
You have a section in here that's let me see, close to nature is the chapter.
Right.
And it's a lot of exercises on the beach.
Yes, when I'm super stressed out, I go climb a mountain or go out to the beach or out to a park, and there's exercises you can do out there that are really replenishing.
No, I think we have some pictures from the beach segment of the book. But what is interesting, okay, now there you are. You look like the Margie doll on the beach. I mean, now don't people look at you rather strange if you're at a crowded beach?
Well, that's the step from you get into the a bridge, which is really good for the back, and that's also good for the thighs and the pelvic area.
There you go. Now, see, if I walked down the beach and saw you doing that, I'd have to stop and look.
That's a rather progressed progression. But it's there's a lot of things that everybody can do and to lead up to that. Lower back pain is a real problem in the world. Now that's an exercise you can do in bed that McCall's is highlighting.
Got a chapter in on that also.
Right. See, I mean, even people in the hospitals can do it, but they're all very aesthetic as well as very effective. And if you get caught doing them, it can only enhance things, I would think.
Absolutely. I like that last picture myself.
But if you've only got 5 minutes to give to your body a day, the one thing that will help get your body to catch up with that thoroughbred mind in the morning that's just off and running and you're just carried along the way is 5 minutes of aerobics. In fact, I'm doing a video because I couldn't include all the aerobics in it, but put on 2 songs and 5 minutes of aerobics will just give you this natural high that will last all day.
So would you say to do it in the mornings best for everybody?
And then you don't go through the day feeling real guilty, just losing your energy. And that way you really feel in control that you can go out and take on the world.
But is 5 minutes a day enough?
No, it's not enough. But if you've only got the 5 minutes. My program is a complete and medically safe program that will work with your, I suggest, and I do, go to aerobics classes once in a while, go to ballet, jazz classes. I have sports that I really love, but this book, if you can't make it to the class, if you don't have time, or if you want to supplement what you don't get in a workout, like some ballet classes don't do anything with the upper body, like they do in jazz classes, they do some calisthenics, then I get my workout. But there's some certain standard things that I do every day. In fact, women, the weakest part of the American woman is the upper body, and yet the braless look is really fashionable.
Right.
And it's because that we women don't like to do push-ups. They're boring and static. So I invented a push-up. Would you like to see?
Sure.
It's called froggy ups. And women who can't do one push-up can do mine. And you spread your knees wide.
I heard
your
some
feet
cracking
together.
in those bones.
Yes. And you do different arm positions. Like here's a regular position, and then you go up and stretch. And you don't have to fit into somebody else's mold. You do as many as it takes for you to get a burn, not by somebody else. So it's not discouraging.
You invented these yourself?
Yes, and many of the spas in the country are using them. And then you have a wide, so it gets the full range of muscles. And then if you get to be a hot dogger, you do the lady fingers.
Oh,
and of course, the guys can do the different arm positions, with a regular straight push-up.
How many of those can you do?
Oh, about 5. First one's always the hardest.
You just think what a tough job I have. Watching you out there doing exercise.
Yeah.
Well, you also have your own aerobics machine that you brought with you.
Right, to show you 5 minutes of your...
We've got, you're going to go, give us some exercise.
Okay. In the morning, you want to start off just with correct breathing from the abdomen. That's how to get your full power. Then you loosen up your feet and your instep. I've got a lot of dance in my aerobics as well as sports stuff. Get out all your aggression. This is the ski one. Woo! This is for tennis. There's a little dance. You can use these at the discos at night.
Like I said, it's a tough job. Thank you, Suzy. We're going to take a little break and let you exercise us out. There you go. Great. The I Love New York fitness book. Suzy Chaffee. Good to see you. Oh, thank you. And we'll be back with Chris Robinson from General Hospital. Thank you very much.